Hi, my name is John, and welcome back to In John's Universe. If you're new here, this channel is all about living well, aging intentionally, and finding joy in the journey. Now, what I'm hoping to do is provide information, background information, maybe a starting point for people over 40 to start their own YouTube channels. And this is what my channel actually is all about. Now, today I want to talk about a couple of things. I want to talk about the four balance principles of a fulfilling life, a mix of practical tools and heart centered values. Now, stick around because toward the end, I'm going to get into one subject that I think is very important that you need in order to be successful on YouTube and in life. All right, so the principle number one is purpose and legacy. You got to live with intention. The purpose is why. What gives your days meaning, big or small? When you live with purpose, you actually build your legacy in kindness, in memories, and in the lives you've touched. Live with intention today, and your legacy will take care of itself. Now, principle number two is connection and listening. Be fully present. We all need connection, it keeps us grounded. But deep connections require real listening, listening with your full attention and your full heart. No interruptions, no fixing, just presence. That kind of listening changes life. Principle number three, growth and laughter. It keeps you growing and it keeps you smiling. Growth isn't just for the young, it keeps us alive mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And laughter, that's life's medicine. It helps us take ourselves a little less seriously, which is important, especially in this day and age. If you can grow through life and laugh through it, you're doing just fine. Principle is lead with your heart. Gratitude helps us see what's already good. Even in the mess, there's always something to be thankful for. And love it. It's the thread that ties everything together. Love for your others, love for yourself. When you lead with your heart, life opens up. So there you have it. My four balanced principles that I think are important that you need in life to fulfill your life and to make you successful in YouTube. Because if you come across with these principles, you're going to come across genuine, you're going to come across very admirably as far as integrity wise as a person. And I think that's important for your YouTube growth. It's not just luck that makes YouTube. You got to work at it, you got to display your personality, and you got to put your best foot forward because what you're trying to do is encourage your subscribers to continue subscribing to you, to listen to your videos to the end, and hopefully to attract new subscribers. And that's important. So let me go over those principles again. Purpose and legacy, connection and listening, growth and laughter, gratitude and love. These aren't just boxes to check. They're ways to live. Which one speaks to you the most today? Let me know in the comments below. All right, now what I want to do is I told you toward the end of this video, I was going to get into something that I think is very important of those principles. And I guess the most important thing that has guided me through life and has made me successful to the point where I am right now is laughter. And not that you laugh at everything, you just slough everything off. That's not what I'm talking about. But you have to have heartedness in everything you do. You can't take everything so seriously that you'll wind up with an ulcer if you do. And you've got to take life lightly, especially in this day and age. Now, I look at some of the principles that Walt Disney, because I'm a huge Disney fan. Now, if you look at that sign behind me, you'll see laughter is limitless, imagination has no age, and dreams are forever. And to make sure I got that right. That's one of Walt Disney's famous quotes that sums up Walt's personality perfectly. Walt's laughter and smiles still resonate to this day. Walt was fully engaged in imagining his city of the future right up until he died, and Walt's dream lives on in all of us. I could still remember watching Walt Disney on TV, the Mickey Mouse Club, and that kind of thing, and uh, Annette and uh, Darlene and Cubby and all those other people on there as a kid. And I can still remember the fun that I had watching these things. Plus, I had a crush on Annette and I think Darlene at the time. I don't remember how old I was. I was probably 10 or 11 or something like that. Uh, Laughter is limitless. All right, that's the key. When was the last time you had a good laugh? A real deep belly laugh, a kind that almost hurt from laughing so hard. How did it feel? It felt pretty good, didn't it? Laughter is a wonderful thing, and that's why I've heard that saying, laughter is the best medicine. There is actually strong evidence that laughter can improve health and help fight disease. Whether we are 5 or 50 or beyond, the pursuit of laughter and joy in life is something that most people share. It's a common thread of humanity. Find a reason to laugh, and you'll be happy you did. So make your YouTube videos a little on the light side. Don't, again, I keep stressing this, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can laugh at yourself. Don't laugh at others, laugh with them. Always laugh at your shortcomings. You could put up bloopers. You can leave bloopers. I certainly made a number of bloopers in this episode so far. So what I'm going to do is cut out uh, or edit some of these bloopers today because I've had several of them. And I'm going to take some of the better bloopers and edit them and put them toward the back so you can have a laugh at John's expense today. Because I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect. I'm just trying to be real. I'm trying just to portray the lightheartedness that you need, I believe, to be successful on YouTube and achieve your goals. That's the most important thing. All right, so I have a couple of things that I want to talk about. And I'm just going to put this up here so I don't forget some of these things. Golden rule for life. Laughing with people builds warmth and trust, while laughing at yourself shows strength and self-awareness. It's a mindset that turns awkward moments into shared joy and struggles into stories worth telling. Many of the great minds embrace this. Now I'm going to read this so I don't screw it up. Mark Twain said, "The human race has one effective weapon, laughter." Charlie Chaplin, the famed comedian. To truly laugh, you must be able to take your pain and play with it. Eleanor Roosevelt. You wouldn't worry so much about what others think of you if you realize how seldom they do. It's very good. I like that one. A good laugh at yourself can turn embarrassment into empowerment. Have you ever had a moment where laughter or humor saved the day? I'm sure we all have, but you got to do more of those. Now, I have a couple of more examples that I'm going to read because I don't want to leave any of these out. And I think some of them are pretty funny. These are people throughout history who have used humor during their career to, I guess, to show their human side and to get along with people and to make themselves approachable. All right, this is from Abraham Lincoln's use of humor during the Civil War. During one particularly tense cabinet meeting where the Union was struggling and morale was low, Lincoln read a humorous story from a book and laughed heartily. One of his advisors criticized him, saying joking during such dire times were inappropriate. Lincoln responded, "Gentlemen, if we did not laugh, I should die." Lincoln frequently used humor to ease tension, diffuse hostility, and boost morale, even in the darkest moments of American history. His ability to laugh and make others laugh helped him navigate one of the most challenging presidencies in history. Another great example is Winston Churchill. He was quick-witted, And this was during World War II. Winston Churchill was the Prime Minister of Great Britain during the war. And during a particularly intense session in the British Parliament, Churchill was rebuked by a political opponent, Lord Nancy Astor, who once said, "If I were your wife, I'd poison your tea." Without missing a beat, Churchill responded, "Madam, if I were your husband, I'd drink it." His sharp humor lightened the mood and reinforced his legendary ability to remain composed and confident under pressure. Churchill often used wit to rally the British people, keeping spirits high during the darkest days of the war. And one of the funniest anecdotes from history comes from Theodore Roosevelt and his larger than life personality. While campaigning in 1912, Roosevelt was giving a speech in Milwaukee when he was shot in the chest by a would-be assassin. Instead of panicking, he checked himself, saw that he wasn't coughing blood, meaning that the bullet didn't go into his lungs, and proceeded to continue giving his 90-minute speech anyway. At the start of the speech, he enlightened the moment by telling the crowd, "Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know whether you fully understand that I have just been shot, but it takes more than that to kill a bull moose." The audience was stunned, then erupted into cheers. Roosevelt's speech notes, which were in his breast pocket, had slowed the bullet. His humor and toughness turned a potential tragedy into an unforgettable historical moment. Let me see. Here's another two that I want to get to. Albert Einstein, the famed physicist, and his chauffeur trick. Albert Einstein was once on a lecture tour explaining his theory of relativity. One day, his chauffeur, who had attended many of his speeches, jokingly said, "Professor Einstein, I heard this lecture so many times I could give it myself." Einstein, always up for a bit of fun, suggested they switch places. The chauffeur would deliver the lecture while Einstein, wearing the chauffeur's cap, sat in silence. The plan worked until the professor asked a complex question. Without missing a beat, the chauffeur replied, "That question is so simple, even my chauffeur can answer it." Einstein then stood up and answered, and the audience never suspected a thing. I thought that's pretty good. And the last one I have for you about laughter is Napoleon's strategic retreat. During one of Napoleon Bonaparte's campaigns, his army was forced into an unexpected retreat. A panicked officer approached Napoleon and exclaimed, "Sir, we are retreating." Without hesitation, Napoleon replied, "We are not retreating. We are advancing in another direction." His quick wit turned a potentially disastrous situation into a display of confidence, lifting the troops' morale. It's one of the earliest examples of the spin tactic, turning a negative into a positive. Now, these are just some of my favorite examples of laughter. And I'm sure you've all used laughter and humor to get through tight situations. I know I have, and I continue to do it in my YouTube journey. I put a little levity, a little fun into my videos. It makes me happy. Hopefully, it makes my viewers happy. And I'm going to continue to do it until I'm told that it's not working. So, again, if you have any comments that you'd like to leave below, good, bad, or indifferent, please do so. I would appreciate it, because comments, especially if they're creative comments or if there's something that you'd like to see me talk about, I would appreciate it. And it helps me build my repertoire, I like that word, my repertoire for advancing my channel and give my viewers things that you want to hear about. If you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, I would appreciate you subscribing. Right now, I'm at about 410 subscribers, and I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. There's a small percentage of people who get to 1,000 subscribers, and I want to be one of those. And there's a little notifications bell down below. If you click on that bell, you'll be notified whenever I put up a new video. So if you would click that notifications bell, again, I'd appreciate it. Also, please like this video. Liking the video helps with the YouTube algorithm. And again, thank you for listening to me today. I appreciate it. And keep on laughing. Thank you. As you can see above me, the Walt Disney quote, it says, "Laughter is timeless. Imagination has no age, and dreams are forever." All right, that's important. Let me get back to this. All right. Thank you. Now I'm going to move my card up a little bit so I can read the next one. Principle number 3 is growth and laughter. Keep growing, keep smiling. Growth isn't just for the young. It keeps us alive, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And laughter, that's life's medicine. It helps us take ourselves a little less serious. Let me start that whole thing again.